Welcome to Pilates. We are back again, and here is our workout. Let's first start off in a supine position. Find your mat, lay down. We're going to take the first 2 minutes to get ourselves into that place where we want to really connect our mind, breath, and body so that we can have an excellent experience, so that by the time that we leave, we feel totally changed from the inside out. So get comfortable on your mat. Clear your mind when you lay down. Close your eyes if that's what you have to do. Deep breath in. Let's take a sigh of release. Let's not rush. Close your eyes. Turn your head side to side. Let go of all that tension that has built up all day long. Bring your head back to the center when ready. Slightly tilt your chin downward. Feel the length in your neck. And then lift up your shoulders and reset. Reset them on the floor. Can you feel the length in your neck? Easy breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Let your facial muscles relax as you do that. Eyes are closed. No more squinting of the eyes or grinding of the teeth. Now let's start to think about really engaging our core here. And so if you have the idea of your ribs sort of coming together at the center, when you inhale, envision your ribs expanding outward laterally. Just let your mind's eye see that happen. And then you may feel your breath enter into your lungs. They may expand. You may feel them press against the floor. Now create a very strong core center. This might be the feeling of somebody's going to come up and punch you in the belly. That often is that mindful piece right there, and that vision of that, and that feeling of what would occur if that were to happen. It's just enough of what it takes to engage the right muscles here in your core. Keep them engaged in your abs braced while you are breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Your hips are neutral, not tilted up nor down. And would you please now release your glutes? You may not have even known you were still tense. Release the glutes. Let the legs gently fall outward. Feel that there's no impact on these major weight-bearing joints, that of your hips, knees, ankles, feet, or toes. And just for the second, notice what it feels like as you've come into stillness. Your mind has a bit of relief now, because the only thing that you see is your inhale through your nose. The breath is flowing right out through the mouth in a circular way. The abs are very braced. Upper body's lost all of its tension. And now we connect the breath and the mind as we see the breath with the body as we inhale and let the breath float our arms overhead. Exhale, bring the arms down to your sides. Inhale, let your arms float overhead. Exhale, down. Continue the relief. Let there be relief in your upper body even while this movement is taking place. This is as if the breath is literally inhaling and pulling the arms overhead, and then you're exhaling and the breath is just pushing the arms down to the sides. Your abs are still very engaged, and therefore there's no movement in your spine. The movement is only here at your shoulders. We'll begin our first Pilates peel up. As we inhale our arms over the head, exhale, I'd like you to just reach your fingertips up to the sky, and when you do that, adjust your head and your neck, because you're lifting your head and your neck up as well. Get the tension out. Now, your job is to reach for the wall in front. Somehow get yourself from point A to point B into a forward folded position. You may have to use the floor to help you to do that, and that's okay. We are trying to peel up and over. And then release right here into a forward fold. It doesn't matter how far you go. There should be no strain or no pain in your back at any time. Just take notice to where you're at. And when you're here, everything is connected. So why not just alleviate all that tension and start to pay attention to where you are feeling this? Is it in your neck, your shoulders, your back, your hamstrings, lower legs? Maybe it's the soles of your feet. Release and relax. Inhale, sweep the air up. Exhale, C-shaped curve, flex spine. Bring back one disc at a time. Slow, controlled. Inhale, repeat. Your forced exhale lifts you. A deeper forced exhale peels you up one disc at a time. And again, help yourself through any of these movement patterns. Always help yourself. Lift up tall, strong spine. Nice and slow. Releasing. Slow, slow, slow. One disc at a time. Inhale, exhale. Noticing you may feel a sticking point at some point in time in the pathway, which is very, very, it's very, very common to feel that you're going to use your breath at that point in time if you do feel that. Right there, that's where I feel it. And so therefore, if you've heard me, I give a great big exhale on that exertion. Big lift, bring it back slow and controlled. Do not rush. If you're feeling antsy, notice it. And then just let go of that antsy feeling and be in the moment. Release, relax. We will do 2 more. Everyone moves at a totally different pace. So there is no pressure, just trying to work your way through the pathway here. And 1 more. This time, stay in a tall spine. You may need to separate your legs some. You may need to sit in cross-leg stance. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Movement is initiated at your core. Abs are very, very tight here. This is as if you're pushing the air down and then sweeping it up. Palms down, palms up. Starting to flow with it, with the breath. Feel free to keep your eyes closed. Keep the tension away from your upper body, even though the arms are sweeping up. Getting some good rotation in there, keeping the spine very well. And 1 more on each side. And then we're just going to move right into a staggered leg stance. This is Pilates Mermaid. Here we have lateral flexion. Lift. Inhale, sigh, exhale, lift, brace your abs. So the core, the deeper abdominals are drawing inward. Feel that bracing in the exertion in the exhale, lift. Inhale, stretch, exhale, lift. Inhale, stretch. Try not so much to push off, per se, off of the ground with your hand, but rather the arms. Follow along for the ride. The strength right here, it's on a deeper level. It's deep down in there, transverse abs at work. Let's flip it around. Let's get right into it. Now you're on all fours. Here, we're going to keep that lateral flexion, and we're just taking the tailbone and rocking our hips side to side, looking over your shoulder as the hips rock inward towards you, side to side. All right, back to your neutral spine. Abs are still engaged. Lift one leg and extend it. Square hips and shoulders off. If you feel balanced, you're going to reach the opposite arm overhead. Maintain your neutral spine. As if somebody's going to come up and kick you in the belly. That's how strong and tight your abs have to be right now. Inhale, exhale, connect elbow and knee, and then reach. Exhale as it comes together. Inhale and lengthen. Take breaks as needed, but you always have to come back. Always come back. Notice which is the moving arm and which is the moving leg. It will switch, but not yet. We're going to add in between. So take note now to which is which. Now hold for length. Isometric, press your hand to the floor, bicep next to the ear. Put your hand down. Can you try to swivel your leg around? Can you try to set it up into a low lunge stance and then scoot your foot up there and then lean forward so you can feel as you lower hips down, that nice hip flexor stretch. Shoulders are down and away. Get rid of the upper body tension. Get rid of it. Stay right there. Don't move. Breathe. And then release. Transition back. You're kneeling. And now you stagger your legs to the other side. Setting up. Notice as you move through, the range of motion most likely will increase. But things may be very, very tight. When you're not used to doing movements like this, it's almost like you lose it if you don't move it and stay consistent. And we will transition right on over to all fours. So now instead of side to side, let's do flexed and extended spine. Drop your head, belly button in, press palms. Inhale, deep breath in, lengthen through neck. And one more. All right, come back to neutral position here. You're gonna reach the opposite leg back and the opposite arm. Here we're on the opposite limbs. Get steady and still. If you feel balanced and strong, exhale, connect, inhale, lengthen. Keep with that breath flow. put your hand down. Try to swivel your leg right on around, helping yourself and adjusting yourself. Scoot your foot up there so your heel's right underneath, right under the knee. And then you just lengthen into it. You just settle in. Hip flexors are always tight. Give it a second. We are not rushing through it. We are not rushing through it. Let's just bring it back. Now we'll transition, helping yourself through the center. Can you make your way up to a straddle stance? Here I just sort of swivel my hips side to side. The spine is still lengthened. The knees are soft, not really bending. Just a little bit of that wiggle movement right here in your hips. All right, and then just turning your feet out, lateral lunge. Let's just warm up the legs and just stretch out a bit here. Sometimes we take the Pilates up to the feet and we do standing work, which will help you with the, the functional core strengthening here. So your feet are very wide. You're just pushing your weight side to side. No strain or pain in your back or your joints. Just work through this. The lower you are, the more active your legs will be. I'm working. See if you can reach side to side. And bring it to the center. Come back down to kneeling. Swivel back around. Still unlocking your low back. We're just separating our legs. Legs are bent. Windshield washers here on the legs. You may have to go with it with the upper body. You don't want to strain. No straining. No straining here today. All right, let's roll onto our backs again. And pull your knees in. Send one leg out and you reach for the opposite ankle. See if you can stay up in a crunch. Inhale, exhale. Keep to your breath flowing. If your neck hurts you, you can just let it head rest in hand, or you can put your head back. This may be enough as long as you keep your core totally engaged. Breath is flowing. You feel your abs tense every time. And stretch, lengthen. Reset. Head turn side to side. Just continue at all costs to get rid of that tension. And then bring your arms back down to the sides. Reset. Bend your legs. You may want to create a little support system here. Palms are down. Forearms down, protecting your low back. Pull the knees in. Stretch the legs up. Lower. Sweep knees in and up. Exhale, lower. If you have a bad back, it's just more of a bent leg lowering. It's a smaller range of motion. Your heels are together. Can you feel that strong sense of bracing on the way down to protect your spine? Now, can you reverse the circle? Bend, push your legs out. It could be smaller in range. It depends. Everyone is at a different level. But this is the pathway of motion here. And bring it up to the top. You may want to reset again. Do another reset if needed. Legs may be shaking, I'm not sure. But your heels are together. We're doing corkscrew little circles. Toes right now are pointed to the sky. Please keep this out of your neck. Focus on your abs tightening. Use the breath. Some of these movements are very small and very precise on purpose. Reverse. And let's keep the legs in the air. Come up in a crunch. Support your head with your hands, but don't yank on it. Slide one leg down, the other toe touch slides to the inside of that knee. You maintain your crunch. Switch sides. Legs join together at the top. Exhale, lower, inhale. Exhale, lower, inhale. Shh. Legs join together at the top every time. Stay there, continue. Continue to move through that, if you will. Perfect. I'm just getting our music back on. Sometimes things happen here, like everywhere with the Wi-Fi. So you are still in your movement cycle. Continue. Do not stop. You're almost there, I promise. Keep the breath going. Keep it going. And now you are done. Pull your knees in. Circle through your ankles, hips, shoulders. Feel this unlocking in your hips, ankles, shoulders. Let's open up the hips now. This would be like butterfly stance, and we're going to just move into the Pilates roll up. Gently over, curl back. Inhale, exhale, peeling up and over. Just coming in and out of that. Flow with it. Everything is connected. Keep control. One disc at a time peels up. One disc at a time rolls back. You may feel a sticking point. You may not be able to do that, in which case you are really helping yourself. Let's bring it up to a tall spine now. Remember the posture. Let's just try to readjust. Here, my arms are lengthened, reaching for the wall in front. I just slide back, almost like as if you're just resting on your forearm. You can do that, and you could help yourself like so as well with the other hand, helping you to lift back up and to the other side. Shh. So the arm slides in close, and you actually twist back. Thinking of shoulders twisting to the side wall. Every time you come back, can we think about just relaxing the shoulder down? There it will be. Bring your knees back. Here we go again. Keep going, keep stretching. Keep stretching. You see what I mean when you get this stretch in between the work phase? It's so good, it's so perfect. We got this. Take your time. When you're done, put your feet back on the floor. Reset, if you will. All right, let's lift up in a bridge. Hold it there. Just wake up. Wake up all these muscles here in the posterior chain. Squeeze. You're pressing your heels into the floor. They're under your knees. They're in line with your hips. Hold it and breathe. Inhale, lower, arms overhead. Exhale, press palms down, hips up. Inhale, lower, exhale, up. One more, hold here, shoulders tuck, hips may lower slightly, but not all the way. Slide one leg in and up. Exhale, lower the leg, pull it in and up. You're still holding the bridge. Hips stay square, press your other heel into the floor. Exhale, lower. And reset other foot. Pull the leg in, straighten it up, exhale, lower. So it's hard to sometimes get your legs straight, huh? It really goes to show you. Probably, certainly not your quads aren't strong enough, but it could be that your hamstrings are just that tight. Put your foot down, press your bridge back up. We're not done yet. Breathe. You know your stretch is coming. You've got this. Slowly, lower, slow. Pull your knees in, one at a time. Circle. Circle through your ankles and your hips and your shoulders. Take one leg, cross it over. We have spinal twists. Slow, 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 slow. Get in a good position. Turn your head in opposition when you're there. Slow down now. Take a good deep breath, maybe two. Head comes back to the center. Pull your knees in. Switch. Arms may fall out. And as your legs drop very gently, slowly, you are really, really just going with that. Feel that. Feel that, and then let yourself release into that. Bring it back to the center. Pull your knees in. Round up, rock up, and let's just practice that transition of over. Now we're back to the all fours position. Can you move into a downward dog? Press one heel at a time to the floor. First we'll unlock everything and be in the downward dog inversion. All I can say is your hips are at like a 90-degree angle here, and just work this out through your back and see what you're feeling. And you're pressing your hands to the floor and your head is between your biceps. Now soften your knees and walk your hands back towards your feet. Can you come back on your feet? And then get into like a little low squatted, like chair-like position. Okay, your knees are over your heels. It's not easy to be here. Sweep up, stand up tall, press your hips forward. Bring it down, feel the stretch, soften your knees. Try to just kind of crawl your way forward. Just into a plank. And then push your way out of that plank, back to the downward dog. Soften your knees. Take a seat in the chair, come up through your legs. Your spine stays lifted. Here it is. You move out into a plank where your head is beyond your hands. Everything is squeezing in tight. Push your hands, brace your abs. Lift your hips up to the sky. Soften your knees and just bring in your hands back. Take a seat here. Come up tall. Press your hips. Let's do it again. You didn't know how much fun this could be. Crawl it out for the last one, holding a plank. Head extends beyond the hands. Your hands are under your shoulders. Your hips are still lifted somewhat. Abs are totally tight. Everything is squeezing and you are breathing. And it may be getting shaky. Kneel. Ooh, sit back in a child's pose. Hands to your heels. Flip your palms up, as a matter of fact. That should feel good. Crawl it forward. Here's a side plank. We just kind of turn it to the side. The hand is in alignment to the knee. You may want to bend your knee back and then just swivel it around behind you for balance. Get yourself still and steady. If you have a lot of balance, you're lifting up that leg. Breathe. Lengthen the leg. Squeeze into the leg. And keep this out of your neck. Tap the toe down and the arm overhead and just lift it back up. Remember how braced your abs are? I have to give so many reminders. We forget. Hold, isometric. At least for as long as you can. When you take your breaks, you know you just always come back when ready. And then face back down, move back into your child's pose. Flip your palms up. And then just lift up and swivel to the other side. Set up your plank, knee and hand in alignment. Leg is stretched out. If you feel like you have a lot of balance, test it out. You may have to adjust your positioning here. If you want to add movement, there it is. Keep to the breath flowing. That's strong exhales, keeping your core very engaged. Hold. isometric. Breathe. Oh, bring it down. Child's pose again. Flip your palms up. Relax your shoulders and your neck. Inhale up. Maybe you can press your hips up here. Maybe it's quite all right not to. Maybe this is good for you. Maybe it's just opening up your chest is enough. Let's bring it and crawl it forward. Here, I'm going to put my hands on my head. It's a back extension. I tap one elbow to the floor, center, exhale down, inhale lift, exhale tap, inhale center, exhale lower, inhale up, exhale tap, inhale center, exhale lower. You guys keep your gaze downward. Your head is looking downward. The movement is in your low back. Exhale down. Now lift up and just hold. Can you reach your arms out behind you? Maybe you can touch your hands, clasp them, pull your shoulder blades away. Breathe. And hold. Keep that length in your neck. Your gaze is downward. Hands under shoulders. Inhale up. Exhale back, child's pose. There we are again. We are coming to the end. Shift forward, walk your hands out. We're going to end in a plank as usual. It could be kneeling plank. It's like a plank. Get in good alignment or straight leg plank. Press your hands to the floor. Head is beyond the hands are under shoulders. Everything is squeezing. Keep squeezing your abs so you don't feel this in your low back. And if it feels like the heat just went on, the heat did. The heat went on. Stay there as long as you can. Possibly time yourself in the plank and then never let go of that time. Always aiming to match it or beat it. Your break is coming very soon. Then we're in relaxation. And kneel. Ooh, here we are. Child's pose. Let your head drop. Relax your shoulders. Bring your hands back to your heels. Let your shoulders round over. Reach your arms overhead. This is rest and relaxation. Do not move too fast. If you're feeling antsy, let go. Close your eyes. Stay in these movements. If this is too much on your back, come down to your elbows. Close your eyes and breathe. Transition, shift your weight back. Child's pose. Dig your toes to the floor, set up a downward dog. Press one heel at a time to the floor, unlock, let go, let go. Stay there, don't move. Stay right there. Try your best, see if you could just walk your hands
to your feet to your hands. Sit into your legs, hips are back, your legs are engaged, and then you stand up to tall, standing, neutral spine, realign. Sweep the air up. Envision energy, power, and healing. Enter your head, your heart, your body. Exhale, hinge forward at your hips. Into a standing forward fold. Sway side to side here. Unlock, let go. Come back to the center. Slowly roll up one disc at a time. Tall, standing, strong, neutral spine. Sweep the air up, tall as you can. See energy, healing and power enter into your head, heart, and your body. Exhale, hinge forward. Forward fold. In your mind's eye, see all stress, strain, anxiety, tension, depression. Leave your head, your heart, and your body. Let it go. Goodbye. Soft knees, slowly round up one disc at a time because you can. Tall, standing, strong, neutral spine, shoulders down and back. Abs are embraced. Now sweep the air up. Envision energy, power, and healing. Cover your head, heart, and body. Only see those three components as healthy and whole. Hands to heart center. Keeping your eyes closed and taking in all the well wishes for you right now. I hope you feel stronger, more flexible, energized, mobile, and happy today. Namaste. And I thank you for joining me. Come back again and again and again for more.